record, Matt Ferguson. I'm back up here now. Thank you, Bob, for doing the heavy lifting the last couple of meetings. And I want to move on to item B of public hearings. Title 16, the Land Development Code, an amendment regarding requirements for minor site plan for smoking lounges and nightclubs. Mr. Dominguez, will you...
I will.
We'll give him a minute. Sure.
Yeah, I know. Todd is going to close the door, and I want to go do the voting sheet before we go out. And he's gone.
It is toasty in here tonight, so it might be getting a reader. Which is an amendment to rezone 5 Harvey Street from an R-5A single and two-family residential to a C-2A community commercial lot.
Yes, thank you.
So take it away.
All right, thank you very much. So the Title 16 ordinance, we've been getting a lot of interest from potential users who want to open nightclubs and or smoking facilities, smoking lounges in the city. And while we're not saying no, because they are permitted uses, we realize that they can be nuisances if they go sideways, and they have a propensity to go sideways, whether it be from smoke issues or from noise, particularly from the nightclubs, depending exactly on where they're located. This wouldn't require them to even come to a major site plan hearing for the planning board, assuming that they're compliant in all the other aspects, but it would require them to not be able to be approved administratively. They would have to go through at least a minor site plan hearing so that the city's professionals, fire safety, construction, planning, engineering, zoning, etc., could go through everything and address the pressing questions about noise or smoke infiltration into other portions of the building or next door buildings in an effort to curtail or eliminate basically the potential for nuisance from these uses. So again, not to say no, but to make sure that if they're opening up, that they're not going to be problematic to their neighbors. That's the crux of the Title 16 ordinance. Now, Title 17 is sort of an interesting situation. So I've already labeled this one as A1 and this one as A2, and they're both just related to Title 17 one. So this is an aerial of the site, well, the whole area. This is French Street corridor right here, this is Bayard Street right over here. This building right here is 5 Harvey Street. So if you're not familiar, 5 Harvey Street is essentially like a mechanic shop. I think it's like a mechanic or tire shop. It's essentially, for all intents and purposes, quasi-industrial commercial use in what is a zone that only allows single and two-family houses. We have some of those in town that get grandfathered in when the zoning was changed a long time ago. They're scattered about. What we have in this case with the 5 Harvey Street situation is that you can see the green is not just the C2A zone, but it's all commercial zones. This is all C2A right through here, and this one parcel right here is 5 RV. So it's surrounded behind, on this side, and technically directly across the street is all C2A. So it's only on one side that it has R5A. But it's also not a residential property. And because it's been used as a mechanic shop, and it's an undersized lot, the cost effectiveness in any real capacity to convert it into a residential property is very low. But what we would be proposing here is that if we rezone it to make it contiguous with the C2A, it becomes commercial. Now, the use it has right there is not permitted in the C2A, but the building that's used for something like that can be more readily adaptable into a commercial use that's permitted on French Street. It could be a retail store, it could be a deli, it could be a small restaurant, it could be basically anything, but something that's not a tire shop, a mechanic shop, and that would be permitted in this zone. But in this zone, it's basically never going to happen. If you move it over, if you drag the zone over to include it, you have the potential to create a use that's more desirable based on the zoning layout and actually achievable based on the reality of the property that we're working with. And that's kind of it.
Any questions from the board on either? Dan, what zones are the smoking lounges and nightclubs permitted in?
Nightclubs are only permitted in the C4 downtown commercial zone. Smoking lounges, it's more subjective because it depends on how they are a smoking lounge. If they're just only smoking, like that's all they do, I don't know, bring your own hookah or whatever, I don't know that they'd be allowed anywhere. But if they retail the product and then do the smoking, then they would be retail with ancillary smoking, essentially. It gets into murky spaces about how and when the Smoke-Free Air Act of the state is applicable. That's not a zoning issue, but that's sort of the kinds of things that making them go through minor site plan can nip to make sure that if they're trying to do this, but they're not in a legal way, and by the way, there's very limited avenues around the Smoke-Free Air Act, that they're not going to be open and then in affront with the state law. You may recall that this board, I think, approved one, maybe it was the zoning board because there might have been a height variance, but no, that was a different building. There was one here in front of this one downtown. And the only reason, as far as I know, that it will work under the Smoke-Free Air Act is because it's essentially, it doesn't have a roof, it has a retractable roof. So it's not really indoors. But if it were indoors, I don't know that it would be completely above board. And these are the kinds of things that are best handled by essentially, functionally, a group panel of experts in the development and the regulation of such things.
But largely, we're talking about commercial.
Yeah. We're talking for all intents and purposes, the demand is essentially 99.9% of conversations I have are downtown or Easton, but never further. I've never had anyone who's expressed interest further than
Huntington or?
No, I mean, Hamilton would maybe be the furthest, but realistically, it's like south of Convict Street. So basically, functionally downtown. That's where all the interest has ever been. Conversations like that.
This will in no way open the door to allow for cannabis smoking. And
We actually, when we did our cannabis ordinance, we specifically carved out no cannabis lounges or no on-site consumption.
And this is not going to be a roundabout way. That's going to.
No, because that's a separate law that just doesn't allow it. This just says, hey, this stuff is probably okay for you to do, but we're going to make you do it this way to make sure that there's no issues.
Any additional questions from the board or board professionals? All right, so Mr. Solomon, correct me if I'm wrong, we're going to make recommendations.
What about public?
Oh, sorry, public comment. But when we get to the point We're going to make recommendations to adopt.
Your vote is to vote to either adopt, to recommend or
Recommend
not
adoption
recommend
to the
that
city
the
council.
council adopt this plan.
Okay. So we'll take public comment on either amendment to Title 16 Land Development Code or Title 17 zoning. We will still have other matters of interest to the public after this. So if there's any public comment on either of these or question, this would be the time to do that.
Wow, so they're not going to be separate, so we get 5 minutes for B and C?
I'll give you 10 minutes
Yes.
on both if you'd like.
Give them the phone.
I'll give you 10 minutes and to do both if you'd like, or
Well, fine,
6 and 4, whatever you
trying to be nice, but thank you. It's a good thing, but I'm going to start with, wow, the moment you mentioned Harvey Street, like I said, I tell you, I'm just so disgusted with all of you to where you just don't understand, and maybe you don't understand, because majority of you don't live in these areas of what is going on. For example, due to where that's in the same area where what you're not going to be knocking down 2 buildings, what, to extend a bar. I asked a question, put up on Facebook, let's see if anybody can notice what I was saying. Hardly nobody knew until I said, oh, now I get it. I said, please tell me, where are all these stabbings and shootings happening? Don't name any streets. Don't name any zones. Where are the 2 places that they're happening? And like I said, regard to you, the planning board, and the city council, what, in front of bars, parks, smoking, due to where, wow, like I said, I still don't see how it was already approved to put 4 marijuana shops on Jersey Avenue in between 2 schools. But please, like I said, I think the Lord's going to teach you a lesson to really stop thinking about money, money, money. Money is not everything. And like I said, from the bottom of my heart, wow, you are really destroying New Brunswick. Wow, how many stabbings you done had over there recently on that corner? Outrageous. And like I said, you're creating more problems due to where, wow, if you would have left one as a bar, between you and the city council combining together, what? Now due to where liquor store and bar, what, we have to deal with all the nastiness from that people are suffering? Wow, because none of you have to really to see what goes on, but oh, I put up everything on Facebook, and like I said, I tell you, I just don't want to even look at any of you anymore, due to where, like I said, from the bottom of my heart, being here 47 years, born and raised, New Brunswick was never like this until majority of you keep thinking about money, money, money. But like I said, may the Lord teach you a lesson. Money's not everything. Money can't help you in every way. And as a person, like I said, over $400,000 receiving cash. Did it take my pain away? No, it didn't. But what's taking my pain away? Doing the right thing, staying on top of you, the city council, and the zoning board, and helping others truthfully around here. It's not about money. And like I said, and I said it again, may the Lord really bite you in your rear end, because stop helping these other people that they don't even live over here. Do they see the amount of traffic or whatever goes on over here? Please. Just because you knew the lawyer, wow, anybody you know, oh, yes. Honestly, just like I told Elizabeth, I said, wow, I had special vision. I had already told her. I saw yes. Due to where, what? But like I said, and please hear it, and I hope the man above, who's my boss, let you hear it and feel it. You're not making New Brunswick any better. You said beautiful, making it beautiful. Wow, it's a beautiful school over there. But wow, is the area beautiful and clean? What, it's gotten worse since you put drug-free schools on over there. What, I told you now we're up to 2 dead bodies. Over there was someone OD'd with the kids coming out of school due to where, what? What about beauty? Just like I said to a young lady, ooh, mine, I said it before. Oh, I wish I had your beautiful body, your beautiful shape. I said to the girl, I said, wow. Don't judge a book by its cover. Ooh, I may look like an athlete, but wow, you didn't know at the time what pain I was going through. But wow, since I really spoke up the truth, where's the pain going? Due to where a lot of you treat me like I'm
If I may, I wanted to just clarify one thing for Ms. Moore through the chair.
Please do.
Ms. Moore mentioned that we opened for cannabis shops on Jersey Ave between the two schools. There are resolutions that we issued for cannabis businesses out there, none of which have opened, by the way.
Of course, I know that.
But none of them are stores. They're either for growing or processing, but there's no, I just want to be clear that there's no place there that's going to be a legal establishment where somebody could try to buy pot. That's what I'm trying to get.
Regardless, what was the law, go to where what? It wasn't next to be a school zone. Like I said, what type of people would even put that in between two schools? Money hungry people.
Any other members of the public wish to comment on these two items? All right, so we'll take them one at a time. So the first one, I'm looking for a motion to either recommend or not recommend the amendment to Title 16 Land Development Code, which is the amendment regarding requirements for minor site plan for smoking lounges and nightclubs as presented by Mr. Dominguez.
I'll make a motion that we recommend amendment Title 16 Land Development Code.
There's a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Second.
Robert Carmichael. Yes. Joshua Veith.
Yes.
Diana Lopez.
Yes.
Suzanne Sikora Ludwig.
Yes.
Carlina Melendez.
Yes.
Lisa Checo.
Yes.
Matthew Ferguson.
Yes. Second one, I'm looking for a motion to either adopt or recommend.
Forgive me, I didn't call Mr.
Oh,
Kelly.
yep, yes.
Sorry.
Looking for a motion to recommend or not recommend amendment to the Title 17 zoning, the amendment to rezone 5 Harvey Street from R-5A single and 2-family residential to C-2A community commercial.
Again, I'll make the recommendation, the motion that we recommend amendment to Title 17 zoning, City Council.
Have a second?
Robert Carmichael. Yes. Joshua Veith. Yes. Diana Lopez. Anthony Camione.
Yes.
Suzanne Sikora Ludwig.
Yes.
Carlina Melendez.
Yes.
Lisa Checo.
Yes.
And Matthew Ferguson.
Yes. All right, let's move on to item 6, other matters of interest to the public. General public commentary, questions, what have you. Do we have folks who'd like to speak? Charlie, Ms. Moore, would you like to speak?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, wow, get ready, because here it comes. For each one of you that voted yes.
Thank you
As
very
you said, not happy due to what you're destroying in Brunswick with, overpopulating, not good at all. And like I said, wow, if you think I'm joking, well, Ms. Suzanne Sikora Ludwig can tell you when I say get ready, here it comes. Wow, how many council members got it? How many commissioners got it? How many got it from the Board of Education? So get ready, here it comes. A nice bite, like I said, because the Lord ain't happy with you.
Please make it clear no those comments on the record.
Good, you can start again all you want due to her trying to get me arrested like you did before. And like I said, the Lord will make you have your day.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. Mr.
Because you're the devil ringleader. Suzanne Sikora Ludwig,
Thank
spreading
you,
the
Ms.
devil.
Moore. Have a great night.
Good evening,
Mr. Crowell?
Board, Charlie Prattville. I wanted to first just ask for the name of the new member. I wish you well.
Yeah, Joshua Veith.
Last name, sorry?
Veith.
Yes. Great. Yeah, good luck to you. Welcome to the board.
Thank you.
I also had some questions about the recusals tonight. I saw 3 people recuse. I know Mr. Blackwell recused because he's a member of the Elks. Does anybody know why Mr. Stellatella recused?
They're not required to give a reason for the refusal.
I didn't say they were.
It's still nonetheless true that they are not required to give a reason for their refusal. They're refusing.
Yes. I'm just asking.
I don't know the reason.
Thank you.
Just so you know, for me, and I don't mind saying, is I've done business with the firm that represented the applicant, and I've recused from every application that they've ever presented can verify that.
Yeah.
Not because I feel there's a conflict, because I want to make sure there's no appearance of a conflict, so.
Understood, yeah, thank you for being clear about that. And, yeah, I just wanted to follow up, especially since there's a new board member. I made some comments in a few prior meetings, and just wanted to say I think it's an appropriate time to revisit the board's rules, procedures, bylaws, whatever you want to call them. Especially after what happened with the last application, I think it would be wise to look at what the best practices are. And, I do appreciate, Mr. Chairman, you taking the approach of trying to explain things to people so we can follow along with what's going on and know when our opportunities to speak are and what the rules are going to be for that. It's just like it does get to be stressful when you're doing a 5-minute time limit, and that's supposed to include all your questions, and we don't know if the clock pauses when other people are speaking or answering the questions. It's just, I think it could be a lot smoother and a lot better, and I hope that, the rules will be improved so that it'll be clear, and, again, like get the virtual meeting thing going, have a screen where people can put stuff on the screen, and, I think the audio quality still leaves something to be desired even in the room here. So some things to think about for the new year. I appreciate you hearing me out. Happy New Year. Wish you all well.
Thank you, Mr. Kravel. I do appreciate your concerns. I do think in 2023 we've been very open to people getting to say as much as they needed to say while still maintaining some level of semblance of meetings not being 15 hours long. But I understand what you're saying, and I will talk to Mr. Solomon about timing questions, and we can follow up in our next meeting. So thank you. All right, any other comments or questions from the board here? All right, we're all gonna lose a few pounds after the heat tonight, so let's, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Have a good night, everyone.
Have a great night, everyone.